Hello and welcome back to Rollercoaster Tycoon, where we are playing in a volcano that is erupting at the slowest speeds ever. But it's not only erupting, this volcano is also killing gas. Well, actually it's not really the volcano, it's rather this coaster. This steel mini coaster, the Tripster, has already got 20 deaths on its name. That's bad, I know. That's really bad. It's also kind of like, well, out of our hand, because we have taken pretty much all the safety measures that we can take. We have a safety mechanic who is trapped at the exit. The exit is at the back of the station. So whenever it would have a station brake failure, it would be fixed instantly pretty much. Yet, it still happens. Now, I don't really know a way to further, well, add any more security to this other than to prevent station brake failures from being fatal altogether. And the way to do that is simple. However, I don't know really. I mean, see, the way to do it is simple. We would go over here and go with one train. Now, I don't like doing that because it means less profit and I want more profit. Well, actually, I mean, it's not really the money that we're in for right now with all these grand coasters over here. But then again, 20 guests dying. I cannot be a good tycoon if I don't care if guests die. Really, I mean, that would be a real sign of bad tycooning. Besides, I mean, we can hope that it doesn't happen again, but, you know, what is the point at which we are going to switch to one train, really? Yeah. You know what? We're gonna do it. I mean, I know we're gonna suffer in terms of profit, but with the one train, crashes like these will be a thing of the past, which also means that we will have one extra fix mechanic free, because you don't need to be there anymore. You can now walk around free, because this coaster cannot crash. Period. Right, now that we got that addressed, there is another thing that I should address, and, well, it's a bit cheaty for me to know, but this isn't the first time I record this video. This is the second time, and I kind of stopped 20 minutes after recording for the first time because, ladies and gentlemen, and it might be cheesy, but I felt like, meh, spending 20 minutes figuring something out. Now, if we just disable everything over here, those of you who know the game mechanics and have watched all the videos, especially the Rainbow Park ones in the original series, will see the problem straight away. But I did not see that straight away. It took me 20 minutes to figure out. The problem here is, and it's best demonstrated if we open up the McMaridon, this coaster over here. If we take a look at, well, you can already see this is worrying. If we take a look over here, we can see that it has made a crapload of profit. Right now, it is not making any profit. Any guess to why that would be? I mean, everything is hooked up. Well, like I said, if you have watched Rainbow Valley Park, you will know why. And it is over here. This no entry sign. And I should have known, I should have learned my lesson from 1.5 years ago. Yeah, I know. So, you know, I see that as my excuse. It was so long ago. But, yeah, there's no entry sign, you know, as it happens in this game, which I consider to be kind of like, well, a bug, not a feature. No entry signs work on all Z levels. So, whichever path we build a no entry sign on, any path that runs above or below it will also have that no entry sign, including queue lines. And as it happens, the queue line is right below over here. So, to fix the issue of this, I can't find McMaridon, which is clearly over here and should not be any issue to find. The solution is rather simple. What we will do is we will remove this no entry sign, and look at that, the guests go on it again. Now that took me 20 minutes to figure out, and I really thought, you know, this isn't worth the recording. I was really like, oh derp. When I found out, I was like, Rainbow Valley all over again, you know. So, there you have it. That's the reason for the second time. Now, it is time, because we are sitting on a crap load of money, to quickly go through our routine checks of profit and of vandalism, and then we should start with building another coaster. Now, we know why this is here, and this it will be a thing of the past soon. For the rest, it seems that everything, all the rides, they're making a profit. Look at it, the molten timber is like, wow, leading that like miles ahead of everything else. So, there. Let's do a quick vandalism check right now. Like so. And let's see if something is demolished. Again, the entrance bench here. I'm almost tempted to get a guard to patrol. Oh, I also see one there. But to get a guard to patrol that entrance area specifically only. I'm not to that point just yet, but if I see any more benches broken there, and there's a real good chance that such a dedicated guard might just happen. Now, in all the other places, as far as I can see, well, as far as I can see indeed, because it's quite difficult, but it looks like everything is looking rather nice and dandy. Yeah. I think it's safe to say so. Now. Yeah, and any benches that are broken right now, I mean, I hope I'll see them next time. And if not, well, we'll have broken benches. Or trash cans then. Now, now that we have done our checks and fixed the issues we created ourselves, what we're gonna do now is we are gonna build another grand coaster. Now, yeah, this is the view that I would like to have. We have two coasters to build. If we go over here, you can see that we have the suspended one costing 3,550, or we have this one costing 3,750. Now there's a choice we can make here, because I have a feeling that this coaster is easier to get above grand than this one. If I were to give them ratings on how difficult it is to get them above grand, I'd say that this one is on the top. Number one, the hardest. Followed by this one. Then followed by this one. Then followed by this one. And then this one. Because this is just the easiest, to get above grand. This is going to be a challenge. So far we had it easy, Steel Mouse Coaster, most easiest one. This one was quite a bit tougher, but we still did fine. Steel Roller Coaster. I know that it can be done, but you need a really damn good track design, and that's what we have, because of awesome tycoon skill. Yes, yes. This one though, I mean, but the steel one, I knew it was possible. Like I said, you need a real good track design. This one, I honestly do not know if it is even possible without some serious help. But we're gonna find out, and if it isn't possible, it won't be because of a lack of trying, that much for sure. Now, this of course also needs to go out of the volcano, because it's erupting, and, well, we could have, I mean, it is over here inside the volcano. I'd like to get it out of there as quick as possible, so we need to go underground, and then we can choose two directions, but I think we've already settled on this direction. So we need to go underground. And then, basically, let's see what the height markers are. Because if I get the terrain, this is height 25, and this is height 23. I don't know how low I can, well, I can go to height 23 on the water too, with the track. Right, so that means, because what I have in mind for this coaster is, for the next two coasters actually, is that one will shoot out this way, but rather than coming out from this section and then go that way, I want them to shoot out from over here, over this coaster, and then shoot out. Same for the other track, which should go over here, get above the water here, and then it's going to be a tight fit, which will probably mean just going straight for a while and then going up. If that's even possible, because of some go-karts track I now see. That might be an issue. The other thing what we could do is... Yeah, I need this one to be over here, I need this one to be over here. It's gonna be a tough cookie actually to do. But we'll see. I mean, that's what the next coaster. This one, I want to get out over here. And then it's gonna have to work its magic over here. And that's gonna be interesting. So, without much further ado, let's get to building. And this, if I'm not mistaken, is the back end of the station. So this is where we will start. Right, first of all, we need to get ourselves to the position where we can resurface. So, yeah, look at that, 3 high coaster, crazy I tell you. Now, let's just do a helix down. Helix down left? No, right, right it is. There, which would lead us to height 21. Now... oh, the view, man. The view, really. Now, this is a 3 high coaster. That is a major headache. It also gives me more opportunities, but... ooh, hold on a second. This track over here, is it even possible for us? I mean, we come from height 30. We could try and see that we get through that track, don't we? I mean, we have the perfect approach for it. We might as well give it a proper shot, don't we? There's a roller coaster in the way, alright? Well, it's not alright, but... and then there's another roller coaster in the way. So if we now go straight, then it will still be in the way. So if I were to add an S-bend to the other side, and I were there now to go up. What is in the way? Let's also disable that, because it's confusing the crap out of me. Yeah, it's that curve actually that's becoming in the way. Right, so let's forget the loop. That ain't gonna happen. Let's also forget the water. That also ain't gonna happen. Let's do another helix down. And then, you know what? Let's just go down some more. Like over here we should be good to go above the water if the coaster wasn't in the way. Wow, that's rough. Right, we are gonna do this differently because clearly we're having issues. We'll go down like this. Now we have enough speed. Maybe a little bit too much in fact. But we can quickly adjust that. We go over here. Now, yeah, so see, right now where we're building, I mean, that's not alright. We need to get a wider approach on things. So, right now we are kind of building below the coaster here. That's alright. Ooh, this ain't alright. We're heading into a mess over there. That much is pretty much certain. Now if we go up, can we then go over here? What's in the way? That's a roller coaster. Yeah, and it's that track. So basically, we just need to avoid that, basically. Ooh, that's gonna be a rough one. I think we don't need to avoid it, we need to get below it, really. So we'll do a helix down. Yes. Now we could go below it, if it wasn't for the fact that we were heading at that track. So we'll do an S-bend to over there. Alright, I think right now we're in a position to align ourselves over here. Are we not? Let's see. If I were to go up and do this, roller coaster in the way. It's... oh, balls, it's this track. That makes it... alright, let's just see here, because this is really, really annoying. The water of the height is height 22. So that means that we need to be at height 20, so there's no way... in fact, we need to be at height 19, because we're a 3 high coaster. So, height 19 is equal to this, but we... that's going to be an issue. Let me enable the terrain over here and see what we can do, because... oh, no. This track, this curve that we're running into is over here. Which means that basically we need to resurface, like, somewhere over here. That can only... Oh, I don't like that in the slightest. What we can also do, of course, is see that we approach and make the crossover like right over here, where I had planned the other coaster. Right, I think that would be the wisest course of action over here. Which would kind of mean not over there for us to go up, so, but over here, I guess. Yeah, and then of course we find that there's a roller coaster in the way. Surprise! Balls! Helix up left. Where does that lead me to? Helix up right, I mean, of course. Yeah, we need to be like 2 over to the side. Well, that ain't allowed because of coaster shenanigans, yeah. So we need to be 1 over to the no. I guess this was the right way to go then. And then we need to go up. Roller coaster. Oh! I don't think this is gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm afraid that I might have been trying to get to the impossible over here. I don't like that. I don't like to admit it, but... Well, the other option that we have, which is bonkers mad, is to go down even further into the depths and just raise up steeply to over here and then have a slow-mo eruption. It's the only other option I can think of, and we would need to go to quite low ends with that. In fact, where we would need to go is down to height. Ooh, now we're starting to dip into, yeah, we're starting to dip into the area of the other coaster there. So if I were to do this, now we're good. And then, okay, so where are we building now? We are below the lake already. I don't like that. So what we will do is we will go down even further. And I believe this is the height we need to be at to be safe for building. Now, right now we are... Yeah, this is where we would line up. You know, that one tile is in the water. But I don't like where that one tile is. So we will go straight for 2. And then now we will start going up. Now this... Hey, we might be onto something now. Why are we not? Roller coaster in the way, and is that also... Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, do I see what you see? Yes, yes, yes. Now let's enable the terrain so I can see where the F we're doing stuff. Yeah, we're doing it actually quite where we need it to do. In terms of speed, right, because that's the other important thing. I don't know if this is going to be way too intense or too extreme. All that we need to make sure is that it makes it to over there. It's the only thing we would need to ensure. Now, why ain't that... Oh, balls! Oh, that's a shame. We have the other coaster that's in the way. Oh, that's a real shame. Well, the other coaster, it's our own coaster. We're building below our own tracks. Actually, that's a matter of poor alignment, I feel. The question is, though, I think we have to, because this is like the lowest point. So, yeah, we're gonna have to pull through with this one. And I'm afraid we're also gonna have to pull through with this. Yeah, roller coaster anyway. So we'll go straight. Oh man, this is a tough build, really. I don't want it to be like this. Fine, if it has to be like this, fine. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, here we are now. Oh no, no, I disagree. Oh, we should be able to, of course, employ our lifting technique here. I mean, how long are the trains? Let's just quickly check that before we make impossible lifts, you know? I mean, that would be really awkward. 7 cars per train. Right, so there's only 1 train on this. Okay. Well, okay, that certainly limits our options a little bit, but now in terms of speed, in theory, yeah, it will need a lift over here to get this far, but I don't think we should really... actually, one question I have here, are these pieces lifted? Yeah, they are, because otherwise we wouldn't be building a lift over here. I don't know, really. I can't remove this. Yeah, but they are lifted. It's a bit hard to tell. I'm pretty sure that they are lifted, so we'll assume that. So we don't really need to go higher than 30. But I guess there's no real harm in going a little bit higher, right? So here we are, height 32. I think that's pretty decent for a coaster of this type. Considering that I am reasonably inexperienced at building it, you know what we could do? We could lower this and then raise that up with the water by 1. I guess that wouldn't be such a bad idea now, would it? Oh, there it is. Right. It's a bit small and hidden, that window. I know it doesn't compensate for much, but now at least there's water over there, you know, so... Right. Having done that, let's continue building. Now the speed right now on this coaster will be quite high. That's a cool feature. Can we? No, because there's a roller coaster in the way. Can we get this? No, because that... Oh, no. I want to go one straight and then see what the possibilities are. No, would an S-bend do the trick? It would. I have some doubts about the intensity there, because this is gonna be some intense stuff. We might have to break this at several points. I hope we don't need to break it over here, but we could have to break this, so I fear and feel that we're gonna have to do some extensive tuning on this one. Now I also would love to go underground and do lots of stuff in this general area. Ooh, we also have this loop though. How cool would it be to go through this loop? Yeah, that is gonna have to happen. I mean, there's no excuse for that not to happen. So what we'll do is we'll do a helix up right. How much do I need to lower this? If that's all. No, that isn't all. Alright. So what we'll do is we'll just go up here. And then perhaps to over there. Yes. We'll quickly fix up the terrain. Nothing ever happened. Like this. Yes. Now we should be able to make it, but just to be sure, you know, it never hurts to be on the safe side. We will do this. Now I believe at height 26 we are going to hit our own coaster track. That is a shame, because we are lined up really nicely for that loop. Unless, of course... No, we would be going... No. One over here. And then maybe... Oh. Now that ain't gonna happen. I can tell you that much. That ain't gonna happen at all. Right, might be actually be quite a poor approach angle. I just now realized, but we're gonna give it one last shot by going over here. That ain't working because of issues. If I were to lower this some more, and then we would have to do quite some terraforming over here, but I'm willing to do that if this results in us being able to go through. Well, it would be quite nice. Well, at least in terms of lining things up, we're doing quite alright. Roller coaster in the way. So we're heading on. Alright. It ain't gonna happen. I don't think it is. Oh, actually, well, that might be a good contender. Now we're gonna add a straight piece, you know, for the brakes if we need them. Nah, there's no way for us to go up unless, maybe... No. Right, let's forget that. And we will just... Oh, balls, no, let's not forget that. I don't want to. Right, you know what? If we do it like this, and just forget this ever happened, balls. See, this is also another reason why I feared that this one would be such a challenge, because I am also extremely poor at building these things. Right, now, this is all so that we get to the right height. I believe we... Yeah, there we go. And then now if we go straight, yes, that works. And then if we go up over here. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, do you see what I see over here? And how cool would it be if we were then able to... Nah, I think this might be asking a little bit too much. Never hurts to try, but I don't think this is gonna happen. What is it now? I just want to see. No, it ain't gonna happen. That much is pretty much. We established that much. Alright. I kinda derped it up over here, but we will quickly address this. Also, we will remove these pieces. There. Roller coaster in the way. Right. Okay, so next in our progression over here, I don't really want to go that much over to this side. So, and over there we're gonna hit into the other coaster, which is also not really the intention. So why don't we do a helix down to the other side, to the right of course. Yes, over to this direction. Well, that seems a pretty good choice to me. Right, now we want to get over here. I think it wouldn't be such a bad idea to kind of like go through the terrain over here. Oh no, never mind. That is completely taken by the other coaster. You know, the deadly coaster, the tripster. So that ain't gonna happen either. Now, we just need to get underground, like somewhere over here really. And that's basically the only solution. So we'll see what our options are. Oh. Well, there goes the molten rodeo. Oh, and that was just repaired as well. This park is turning out to be far more deadly than I ever anticipated. There. Alright. So we can get into the underground right now over here, which I feel we should take good advantage of. Right, now it is time we somehow manage to resurface over here, for example. This seems about right to me. We'll then do a helix up towards the right, another one towards the left, perhaps. And then one down towards the right, and another one down. And look at this, we are once again into the mountain. Alright. Now, maybe we should do a bit of a, I don't know, the speed on this though will still be quite significant. So we'll do a minor drop down. We do have 2 drops in this one already, which I already fear might be too much, really. Oh, crap. So, why ain't that? Yeah, alright. That was just because it was a curved piece. Now, if we then go over here, and then maybe if we go up like this, and then we lower this like so. Maybe this is all dependent really on the speed. So I would like to yeah, well, let's think about the speed here for a moment. That it would be on. It comes from height 30, I believe, is the height that we give it over here. Height 28, so speed won't be that great. So this should be acceptable. So we'll then have it go down even further. Oh man, we need to Oh, okay, never mind. We won't go down. At least not over there, because the game says no. And when the game says no, it is better to listen. Oh, yeah, the game definitely says no. Doesn't matter. We'll get underground one way or the other. Right. Ooh, and there's also our other coaster track right there. That could pose issues as well. Right, so if we were to resurface over here, how would that happen? That would happen over there. Hey, that's interesting. Alright, you know what? I was thinking of going through over there, but seeing how this coaster is quite difficult to design, I think we should just keep it simple with this one, because it's gonna be a real tricky thing to balance already. I know that much. Right, yeah, let's go with one of these curves. We would have to do this, yeah. Right, okay, if that's what it takes, then we will go up. So I won't have to do this terraforming too much. We'll go in over here. And then we will go down, because otherwise we're gonna hit our own track. Yeah, balls. Then we will go straight over here. And then do a tight curve. Oh, maybe not, because that would actually be our own track. Right, that is of course also an issue. Now, let's also start thinking about heading back towards where we actually came from. Alright. Let's see, I wouldn't mind going a bit through the underground and then resurface somewhere over here, really. Now, if we were to do this... difficult. Right. Let's just pause it quickly so I can see what we're doing. I mean, oh man. This needs to go at least, I mean, right now we're at height 12. I don't think we'll run into anything other than this track going down. But so long as we avoid that and we stay at height 4, I mean, I guess height 16 would be okay to be at if I'm looking at that. So we'll just go to height 16 carefully. What's in the way? Oh, it's that curve, of course, that I said we should avoid. Right. And that is, of course, the other track right now. And there is our own track over there. So in more than one way, what we're doing over here ain't gonna work that well. Because, yeah, right now we are running into our own tracks. Balls. Can I do a helix up to the right? And then... maybe this? And then maybe this? Oh, actually, that works. And then if we were to go straight, no. I mean, straight is not an option. Ah, this is really, really rough to build. Yeah, we're running right into this downwards thing. So, can I just... this is an option. Right, we are where we need to be. If it were that simple. I mean, why didn't I see it before? Derp. Oh, well, we're at height 16, you know, the height that we want to be at. Well, we want to be there, but not at that spot. There's two ways we can deal with this. I feel that going below over here and then do a curve around and then hook it up, I feel that that is the way to go. So what we'll do is we'll do a helix down towards the left, and if we then go straight, we could go down a little bit actually. Roller coaster's still in the way. I guess we could down some more even. Raise or lower the land. Now those are the messages that I would like to see. Yes, we're outside. Right, okay. Now, let's do a helix up. Yeah, to the other side of course. And then maybe, how about... Yeah, now that ain't gonna happen. I can tell you that much already. How about perhaps another... Oh no, what we need is some more space. You know, we need more run-up time, really, to that coaster. So, how about it if we lift this? No, that still ain't gonna lead us anywhere. So, do we have an on-right foot? No. Alright, it never hurts checking for that on this one. I don't build it often enough to know if it has one. So, now we'll lift it. I don't think the lift will be needed over here, but like I said, it never hurts. And yeah, we need to get to height 25. That's a considerable height. I think we should approach this differently. And we should just cruise around. And yeah, we will hit the terrain over here. So if we go... No. We need to cruise around and we need to make a wider approach. So let's arrange that. Let's cruise around. Let's go down a little bit. Let's make another mellow curve. Let's go up a little bit with the mellow curve. There. And then if I make a sharp curve over there, that's going to be a real rough cookie on the guest. Let's not do that. Besides, it would also be a real rough cookie on the ratings, I feel. Now, instead, we will keep it reasonably at heights. Raise or lower the land, I feel. Yes, nice. Oh, that's not that nice, actually. We need to be like one over here to this side, yes. Now I think if we go up, we should be in for the money. Yes, we are. Oh, maybe we're not. Yeah, this is gonna require lots of terraforming. I don't really agree with it, but it at least gets us where we want to be. So I guess that's also worth something. No. Oh, balls, you gotta be kidding me. Is this not lined up? No, it is not. Crap. Right. Now we could break it over here, of course. I guess there's no harm in breaking it, so... Yeah, and this, of course, just... Alright, we're gonna fix this. I mean, that's a good habit, you know, to fix these mistakes instantly. Because, the terrain, yeah, that's really ugly. Right, didn't take so long, fortunately. Now, where... I mean, let's also lift this. If we're gonna break this, we might as well lift this. Is that still not lined up? It is lined up in terms of height. It just isn't when I mean, what we could do is do an S-bend over here and then go up. We would have to employ our secret lifting technique, though. No, it's not really that secret. Just to get up to the required heights. Because the S-bend is gonna cut into that. I don't know how we're doing right. Oh, we would actually be overshooting that by one. If I were to just... Then there's the roller coaster. Oh, game, don't tell me you're gonna be like this. And now? Would this be... Yes! 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 Alright! Now we're gonna test this, and I fear, with all my heart, that this is going to be a very, very intense ultra extreme coaster. We're gonna watch the test ride closely, though. As... Ooh, 85 kilometers, 91. Doesn't even need to go that fast, really, so we can easily break it to, say, 76, something like that, you know? Something more acceptable. Now, I want to see how the speeds go. I know this coaster, I mean, I would love to have 90 kilometers on this coaster, but really, this coaster is best at 60, 70 kilometers at most. Now, those are good speeds. This is already a little bit on the high end. If we break it, though, everything will be slowed down, so we can't break it too much. I think if we break it to like 76 kilometers an hour, then... I don't know, we'll first have to see whether or not it's actually needed. I mean, so far it seems to be... please be lifted. Yeah, alright, it seems that it is. Now for the G's. Ooh, -3. That's a lot. +3, I see there almost. That's also a lot. The latter G's, this is the -3 that we see here. That's this very curve. And then we have the S-bend, you know. Or maybe this is the S-bend or the curve before. It's over here in this section. If we can mild that down a little bit, and then we're good. In terms of vertical G's, I don't see it spiking over the... oh, never mind. But this happens over here, right at the launch for this, you know, right at the going steep up part. So if we drop the speeds a little bit, wow, it isn't really that intense. Huh, okay. I think, ladies and gentlemen, that if we lower the speed a little bit on the first section over here, you know, right after the station, like, let's see, when I need to kind of like determine where it makes all this speed. So, yeah, it's over here, right when it goes down. I want to know what the speed is right after that. I think we can check it on the velocity graph. Now, it would speed up to 48 kilometers, and that is this straight piece. Then it speeds up even further over here, and then it goes down a little bit, which leads to the high peak of almost 96 kilometers. I think if we put a brake over here, yeah, 48. If we break it down to, let's see, I think 48. If we go to 34, 32, if we can get a brake in at that speed approximately, I think we would be golden. 35, good. Well, let's test it again then. By the way, where's the sound? No. If you click on the camera, then you get sound of the coaster only, or the ride really doesn't really matter if it's a coaster or not, but... Right, now the speeds are still high, but it makes it to... Oh, I want to see this, I really want to see this. Oh, that's still a high spike that we have over there. Let me see, is there a way... I know this is very tight built. If we can... No, no, I don't think we can do anything over here, but what I'm thinking is that if we can somehow extend this, no, because there is this track that it needs to go below, If we can extend this by 1 though, then we could have this be a little bit more, you know, we can extend this a lot further down. That's what I'm thinking, and if we then do that, because basically all that we have over here, yeah, we could extend this quite a bit further up, till like over here, and then we could have a more gentle and mellow curve up, if you know what I'm talking about. Now, over here the lateral G's are still high, so I don't think it will do the coaster any significant good. We're gonna see if that brake made any difference. We can of course brake it even further. Now I ain't gonna change anything for afterwards over here, but it should lower the initial spike that causes these high vertical G's. I might do that actually, and then I'll still have to see about braking it somewhere over here. Let's see, how are the speeds over here? This is, like I said, this is gonna require extensive tuning. 57, I mean this is looking good. I don't need to break anything down over there. Or slow down, I mean break down. Yeah, proper English me. Right before this though, this is where I feel we could do with a brake. Like over here for example, break it to 60 kilometers. That would do. Oh my good lord. Right, this isn't even extreme anymore, yet it's a nausea rating actually. Ooh, yeah, we definitely need to break it down. Nausea rating is causing it. And the nausea rating, I don't really know how that works. I know how the intensity works, more or less. Nausea rating, as far as I know, is caused by lots of, ups and downs in these graphs. So my only solution to this is to soften the track a little bit. So yeah, I want to close this. We are going to do some extensive changings. Well, not really that extensive, but let's see. So this is at height 9, so that's what I want to stay at. And I just want to do something like this. Then this. But right now I would like to remove that piece. And then if I can remove these curves and then go like this, and then one further and then up. No, that wouldn't allow for it. So if we were to do this with a helix up though, yeah, to the other side of course, that would allow for it, because I think we're only one short when it comes to range. Right, never mind. I think we won't ever be able to pull this one off, really. No. Ah, that is balls. Right. Okay, so we will go back to the original plan. We could, of course, break it over here to say like 57 kilometers an hour. And then just go with the original plan that we had. Which is not that. Balls. Now, I don't even know what the original plan was anymore. Yeah, we're just one off. That's all, basically. Right. So, we'll put the brakes over here then, I mean... And let's just pray that it will make this, this curve piece here. So we have brakes over there. The other place that we need to insert brakes at is right over here. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the brakes over here need to go roughly the same speed, actually. So let's see how it does right now. In the meantime, oh, this is actually hooked up, because I was about to say, let's hook up this coaster. But that ain't really an issue. Let's follow the train as well, so we can see how it's doing. Right. Will it make it? Will pull it to the left. It will be a real slow-mo coaster though, but the vertical G's, yeah, look at that. Now that did definitely make a huge impact, if anything. So that's good. You know, keeping this below 3 I think is a good threshold. So we'll go back over here. Now these sections, I believe, they are mighty fine. So this also, this looks good to me. I don't see many issues over here. Nor over here. Now we slow it down some. And then it goes at a snail's pace and it stalls. Now we can prevent that from happening if we add a lift piece over here. That would prevent it, and just to be sure, you know, that we won't have any issues, we'll also put a lift piece over here. Right, retest it again. But I must admit that it did look far more promising when it comes to speed. Really, it does. It might still be a little bit too much, but I don't know. One other thing, you know, that I'm realizing right now as we're extensively testing this, is that maybe what this coaster really needs to be successful is more straight pieces. I usually don't like straight pieces, but maybe on this coaster they would actually do good rather than harm. We'll have to see though. For now it's gonna make it through over here and then snail towards this section. Then, yeah, let's just follow it. We'll see how it does. Now we know this is good, so please coaster, if you can hurry up. And I know that's difficult because I add brakes everywhere, but look, slow down, going up, which will add a moment of respite, I guess, you know, for any sick guests. Now, see, it goes down over here, so it won't come to a crawl, but this is actually, come to think of it, this is actually quite a solid moment for the guests to rest a little bit, you know, get their stomach set straight before they plunge into the depths again. It's not really, I mean, it goes at a nice gentle pace right now. Look, yeah. We might also have taken out the grandness of this coaster, to be honest. If I take a look at the lateral G's, yeah, this is, oh man, maybe we need to tune up those brakes a little bit, you know, they might be a tight bit too tight. That could be the case. We'll have to see with the ratings though. For now, we are going to adjust the pricing over here. I'm gonna set it to at least $7. Yes, there. And we will set this to 10 minutes, just so that, you know, we got that taken care of. Wow, look at the G's, man. I mean, oh my, what? Wow. And that's for myself, ladies and gentlemen. I could not resist. All it took was a few breaks. Wow. Nice. We pulled it off with the most difficult coaster. Wow. Yeah. Alright. Damage to go. Haha. Nice one. So, guests, how do you like this coaster right now, huh? It is beautiful. It is for you. And it follows the eruption theme, although I must admit I would have loved if this looked a little bit cleaner, but alas, it is what it is. We cannot change much to this, so yeah, we're gonna have to live with how this is. But man, it is grand! Barely, but it is possible. However, I still do not like this coaster. It is very tough, you know. Maybe I should just build it more, because I feel like what I'm missing with this one is experience. Now, in the underground we have a red coaster as the main color. We have a yellow one. Let's go with the middle section for the main color scheme and color the rest with the alternative ones. So that means orange and a bit of red and some yellow poles maybe? Nah, no. Let's go with... no. Maybe these. No, maybe not. I guess these are the only real option that we have on this one. It looks glowing, to be honest. I like this. It might be pretty much the same as all the other color schemes, but for me this looks good. Now we will go and paint the intersections, which are these, of course. So we will paint these, pre-paint them, so we have an idea of what we're actually doing, what it's gonna look like. Now then, I don't want white, it needs to be bright yellow. Then we will have white on the track lines, that would do. It is bright, man. I mean, that is some bright yellow that we got there. And then some orange supports. I like these. I like this. This looks molten hot. The white especially, it goes really well. We will have the basalt red trains in there, you know. So it kind of looks uniform with the other coasters. Now it is time to determine which sections to give this paint job. I think that the station should not have this paint job. It should be pretty much till there. Yeah, maybe the station a little bit till like over there. Yeah, okay. That's what we'll run with. And then we will also have this be, you know, the way down till there. Maybe a little bit more station. Yeah, something like this. I like how this is looking, so we'll leave it at this. Then we need the last color scheme. Let's just grab some sections over here that are going to be this color regardless, because they're way too far out. And we will have... No, we won't do that, because that's how the other coaster looks. We will have the black tracks though. And we will have grey supports. Just so that it doesn't look all uniformly the same. There needs to be a little bit of variance in it. Not much, I admit, but a little bit. Doesn't hurt anybody. Right, now this till about over here. Then we are gonna have No, 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 no. That one big curve, that's actually the main color scheme. This one will be turned to the regular one. Then we'll have these pieces as well as these be the outer color. Maybe this curve too. And then I'll have to grab the main color scheme here, because I don't want any tiles that go inside the volcano, or tiles, I mean track sections that go inside the volcano to have the warm color, you know, or the outside color, you know, so... Which also applies to this freaking curve, so... There. Right, and then maybe some more over here because they're high up. We don't really have that many more sections above ground of this coaster, so I guess I'll have to leave it at this. I don't mind so much though. Now one thing that I'm also very curious to is how are you affected? Look at that, ladies and gentlemen! Molten Timbers is a 9 in the ratings right now. Oh, not you. This is a freaking 8 in the ratings. I must admit, we have made grand coasters, and you know, that were grand, and this is grand. But we made it, we did it. The most difficult coaster we managed to pull off to make this a grand one. Now, we have only one coaster left and some area to slam down some rides. We don't need to do anything for the money anymore, but there are still some things that I want to do in this park regarding the other rides. What they are? You're gonna find that out next time when we play more Rollercoaster Tycoon.